You took us off.
I took us off the stream. Anyways, welcome everyone. If you're here watching live or on the replays, Millennial Mom with special guest, the JasVynce Show.
That's
Happy
us. Thank
Sunday.
you.
You're welcome. How are you guys doing today? How's your Sunday going?
It's a beautiful day.
Pretty good. Yes, it's a nice day over here. I don't know how it is in Atlanta currently.
It's a nice day over here. It's warm today for us, but anyways, hi Shatoni, how are you?
Shatoni.
If you don't mind me asking, where do you guys live?
Los Angeles.
Oh, so you live in LA. So
I knew that. You didn't know that?
no, I didn't. So it should be.
I mean, they said they're Pacific time too, and yeah, LA. And we're in Vegas, so it's warm. We just don't have the traffic you guys have.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
That traffic is ridiculous. I dislike driving to LA when we go. Dislike it very much. But anyways, wait for a few more people to come in if they're going to come in. If not, we'll just get started on. But anyways, the episode and the preview of Decision Day, which looks like it's going to be a mess. By go ahead, Vince, with your song. Everybody.
Oh, everybody hates Chris. Come on, you gotta love it.
He enjoys doing that way too much. Way too much. I'm over it.
Yes, for sure.
Well, I'll just go ahead and say this and put this out there.
Okay.
I did see someone comment and say, you shouldn't start off by saying the episode is boring. Well, I'm over this whole season.
Yeah.
I've been over the season probably since episode 4. But ever since Chris has been doing the same thing, it's just like nothing has progressed. And I know Mom in our last review was like, I want something positive to happen. I'm like, where? From who?
From the other couples. You already know there's nothing positive that's going to happen from Chris and Paige. It just isn't.
Yeah.
So I need some type of positive energy from more than just Brianna and Vincent. Can we get positivity from someone else?
From Brianna?
I just need positivity on the show in general because this season, I hate to say it, just is an L. It's hard to watch. It's a drag. Is it me?
There's to be on week 4 and we're on episode 11, 12? Like,
oh my gosh! Last week when they said week 3, I was like week 3. I said that all week. I'm like week 3. It can't be week 3. That's terrible. Right. Let's just wrap this season up. I wish I could. I really do.
Yeah, move on
So,
to Houston.
I you know what? I honestly think that for couples like this, I think Married at First Sight should start a new precedent. If there's a couple that they know is toxic and not progressing, I think they should set a precedent and pull the couple. I really do.
Okay.
I can see it.
I think they like the precedent of pulling a couple should start like this season, even though they could have did it last season. They could have pulled Meek and Michael because they weren't progressing. They weren't ever going to progress. You know what I'm saying?
They could have started with them.
You know, they need to start doing that. And they have other couples to carry the show. So removing one couple that's toxic, they need to me, get rid of that because that's not the type of reality show that Married at First Sight is. You know what I'm saying? It's not like what you said, Colin, the challenge or Temptation Island, whatever. That's where that type of toxicity exists, but not Married at First Sight. You know.
Well, I originally thought that they had added a couple to prevent, I guess, the ratio from being off so much. So if somebody did go bad, then they could just, all right, let's push them to the side and keep what we have left.
Yeah, because originally I think it was 3 couples, then they started doing 4 couples, and then we're at 5. But why have 5 if the quality is not good?
Right, Marcus. We need to be more thankful for season 11.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And this whole time we were like, "Whoo, we can't wait for season 12." But look, what happened? What happened? We really got let down. Did we put the invite up there? Is it pinned? Oh no. Okay, let's put the invite up there. Hold on, guys.
I think season 11 was a COVID season. So we expected it to not be as good, but it was really, and they were filming themselves for a while too. So for us to still stretch that season out too, though.
Yeah,
We did.
Right.
It still turned out.
The couples were better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the couples from last season are getting their, instead of 15 minutes of fame, they're definitely getting 30 minutes of fame because There's nothing to hold our hat on this season. Like, seriously, like we were looking at, Cassandra and I were looking at our predictions that we had for the beginning of the season.
Ooh.
We thought we'd make it. Wow. All I'm gonna say is wow. Like I had a maybe, no maybe for Jacob and Haley. I had Bree and Vincent, and I had Clara and Ryan. I was like, wow. Like how that. Wow.
We got some time. Those are okay. Those are not bad predictions.
I don't know. Ryan is so boring. I feel like Claire will be bored out her mind if she stayed with him.
No, Jacob and Haley's not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it.
See it either. I don't think so.
There's no way.
They do married at first sight, second chances again. Because there's a lot of people that will be good for that show. Henry, put Henry on there from last season.
Yeah, but you know what? I have a little, I don't know. I'm not going to say, let me just say it like this. I don't think the second chances, they shouldn't necessarily be married again. Now, if they want to be in long-term relationships.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because who wants to go through an 8-week process and be divorced again? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maybe
So
dating, just dating.
Yeah, like the way that they're doing this coming up show for Unmatchables, maybe the people for second chances can do something like that. Like, mix them together like that.
That will be good. Because I think that they should maybe scale to dating, like intentional dating. These people want to be dating to go towards marriage versus married at first sight ain't quite working, in my opinion.
Right.
So I think they need to go into dating.
Right. It's so crazy. What do you have to say?
I don't really have anything else to say, but hold on. I did have Haley and Jacob as a yes.
Wow.
I said yes in the beginning.
For to stay together?
Yeah, I see why they were matched. I think they're good together, but I think Haley is used to being single. That's the biggest thing. She's used to being single, and she doesn't know how to communicate in a relationship or a marriage.
For 7 years, right?
Yeah, that's a long time. That's basically all of your adult life after college. You've been single. That's because a college relationship is not the same as an adult relationship.
That's true. Like I said before, I'm sure that just the experts vet these people based on their answers on paper, but how honest are the answers that they put on paper? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's part of the issue, because then when they meet them face to face after looking at what they put on paper and possibly matching up to someone else, because I will stand by this the same way about Michael and all the other people who should have been on the show. How did they get past 3 experts? How? There's no way you can fool 3 people. You might fool 2 out of the 3, but you're not fooling 3 out of 3. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
But I think that it goes back to, because I have a friend that like applied for the show, and she was telling me about the application and everything you have to fill out. She was like, a lot of it is like self-reflective. So if you're not very self-aware, or you don't perceive yourself like, you know, some people, you met people that perceive themselves, oh, I'm a great person, oh, I'm so outgoing, and everybody's like, I don't see it, you know?
Yeah.
If you write all this down, that's how you view yourself, but that's not how you present in the world. And I think that's the issue.
Yeah. Right. But
people need therapy before this.
Before and after.
They do need, like, I think that's true. I think they need like pre-marital counseling, you know, separately, of course.
They can't have marital counseling.
Well, or counseling, you know, some type of counseling beforehand to see where their mind is. Because again, we go back to the preview with Chris, and what he say? The preview before he even got down the aisle, before he told his family, I want someone who's submissive and a freak. I'm like, you didn't say this to the experts too?
No, they didn't, because I saw an interview with Dr. Viviana. She was on the Bald and the Beautiful podcast. And she was like, yeah, that part, he ain't say that to us. I mean, he said that he has a high sex drive, and they said Paige was saying she had a high sex drive, but there's no way he would have came in there like, yeah, I want somebody that's submissive and a freak. He said that to the cameras. He didn't say that to us.
That's the clip they keep
showing. What she said.
Over
Yeah. Because I don't see me like going, if I'm interviewing with experts, especially they're my elders. You don't say I want somebody that's submissive and a freak to somebody that's like 70. That's uncomfortable to even say that out your mouth.
Yeah, it should be.
Sorry if anybody is sibling. I'm just saying. I respect my elders.
Right. I got you. Well, let's start off with, we'll leave Chris and Paige for last because they will take up the whole show. We talk about them from now till Wednesday, but we're not going to do that. Let's go ahead and start with Clara and Ryan. Now, what do we think about Clara constantly talking about her sexual needs, her sexual desires? Because in my opinion, if the roles were reversed, if Clara was a man,
it wouldn't be okay.
It wouldn't be okay. So why is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it maybe okay for her to say it to Ryan when Ryan clearly, I don't think he's attracted to her. I never thought so.
Wow.
I never thought so, especially after the wedding or during the wedding when she was talking all the time, kind of like I'm doing now.
In her defense, her makeup made her look old. So maybe that's why he wasn't attracted.
Mm-hmm. I think that she's too mouthy for Ryan, honestly. I truly do. And I think that's the initial unattractiveness about him. I don't think he can overcome that. I don't. Because early on, he said that he wanted someone like his grandparents, remember? Who watched TV at 10, go to bed at 10, same shows, old hands, all boring. That's what he wants. As a matter of fact, one of our commenters said, you know, Ryan's looking for someone who bakes cookies.
Yep. That makes sense.
A housewife, and just someone who's the idea, 50s person that he's looking for. Because
routine, so he needs somebody that could fit into his routine and keep a routine going with him.
Yeah, I could see
exactly.
I feel like Clara has some of that. As far as her like helping to organize his house and stuff like that, I think that's showing kind of what he wants. But she also got like a little, I'm not gonna say she has a freaky side, but she needs therapy too. I just think people need therapy because for her to be in all these quote unquote long-term relationships and she doesn't attach sex to any not sex, emotions. Sex is just an act. That's crazy. I don't trust anybody that say I've been in a long-term relationship and say I don't attach emotions to sex. It's just sex. Yeah. That's crazy.
I'm also curious to see if anybody. We've mentioned it. I don't know if you've mentioned on your show as well. People are talking like Ryan might be a virgin, and I think
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that's an interesting. I think that might be an interesting way to look at it. Let us know in the comments, please.
Well,
how do you feel about that?
In my view of what sex actually is, if Clara is getting him off every night like she claims, he's not a virgin. Because that is still a part of the sexual
sex, yeah.
Right?
Because his peen is going into her vajayjay. Sorry, Mom.
I love when she says this. When she says this. She wants to go to Pound Town.
I mean, it's still the same thing. And in my opinion, would it be different if Ryan and Clara's role was reversed? It would be a little bit of.
It would be.
But
he'd be look like a fiend if that was the case.
Yeah.
I still feel like Ryan should give up the deed to Clara because Clara is giving him something every single night. We said this every single week. He needs to do something for Clara because it's just not fair. It's not right. And for him to look at her like, well, the timing isn't right.
No.
Right. Come on,
he shouldn't be doing nothing if he's not going, if he's saying, I want it to mean something. Y'all shouldn't be doing nothing sexual if that's the case. Then.
Nothing. That's how I think. He's a liar too.
Especially if you're gonna let her please you and you're not gonna please your wife back. That's your husbandly duty.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he should have to get because men could be allegedly raped too. Sorry about that. So the answer is no. But I think if he's not ready to have sex with her, he's not. But I think Clara, because she's coming off as a sex addict, honestly.
Yeah.
So if she's continuing to help Ryan out like that, that's on her.
Well, then Ryan knows that she probably has a little bit of a problem if she wants to do this every night, and he still doesn't want to do anything. He's being selfish, and he's enabling her with her possible addiction because if he don't want to do nothing with her, he shouldn't do nothing with her. He can do something for himself in the bathroom.
That's true, he can, but he shouldn't have to give her.
Thank you, Steph.
Huh?
I'm saying somebody had mentioned, for the record, I didn't think that he was a virgin, but I'm hearing a lot of people talk about it. But I think, again, we mentioned Stephanie had the Iris and Keith situation where it was like a big thing. So like we knew about it, and I don't think he pressured her.
No, I didn't feel like he
I
pressured
thought
her.
I thought
it was weird that she acted like she was in 6th grade every time he brought up like intimacy, not necessarily sex, but even like kissing, touching, and she was like, ah. I'm like, you're a grown woman that just got married.
So Ryan doesn't seem necessarily uncomfortable with the idea of sex, and especially if we're doing
I feel like he's every time they talk about sex, he looks uncomfortable.
I don't know what it is. The religion, like why? What is?
I think he just may be some people believe that certain things should be broadcast to the world. Okay. And your sexual, what you and your wife do sexually, I don't think I would agree with him that it shouldn't be broadcast to the world. But you're on a TV show at the same time. But I personally wouldn't tell the whole world, oh yeah, me and Vince do this. No, that's not appropriate. That's our So I get where he's coming from, but if your wife is constantly bringing up sex, especially on camera, he's forced to say something, but he looks uncomfortable.
A little bit, he does.
I think so too. I just don't like that she does that. I really don't. And also a red flag again with Clara is she said, I may get the verbiage wrong, but she said in every relationship she's used to having sex, but at the same time she contradicted. She said that she just came out of a 3-year relationship where she only sex 3 times. So when is she having sex, and how, you know what I'm saying, like what is the correlation to this? So
I'm convinced that she is a person that's in a relationship in her head, but she's really just like the hit it chick. Like,
can we all agree
that guy was in a relationship, and she was deciding that he would come hit every now and then. That's my personal opinion.
That's a little weird though,
because it don't make sense. There's no way you're in a relationship for several years and you only had sex a couple times.
That's not a normal thing, right?
That's not normal.
I just want to make sure.
No, right. No. He's looking at her with Clara's in her hand. Let me read some of his comments. She said it before.
Come on. Thank you. They did say that. They did say they weren't talking about it.
Right. Wonder why they were matched. Well, again, they're matched on paper based off the things that they're compatible with. And
the religion thing is a big thing too. I feel like if I was like, oh, I'm very, I'm religious, which I didn't get religious from him, but now I'm starting to think maybe he is more religious than he presented, But I think that if you're saying, oh no, I don't want my kids to be going to church and stuff like that, I probably won't want to be married to you either. If I believe that our kids should be, raised in church and have beliefs.
Right.
Well, since the experts kind of go off of the opposites attract approach.
Yeah, they do.
Clara was supposed to be there for Ryan so she can pull Ryan out his shell a little bit.
Right.
Since Clara used to be into religion but then got turned off, maybe they thought, oh well, he can help her get back into religion, show her like the good side of religion.
Right.
Maybe something like that.
That's a fail to me. That's a fail.
I think they might rank things like, how important is it that your spouse has similar beliefs to you, or are you open to being with someone with different beliefs? I know they have to ask questions like that, so I'm like, maybe he ranked it too low. Maybe he should have went with a 4 instead of a 2.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'm glad you mentioned the opposites attract thing, because I'm seeing a lot of like comparisons with past seasons and stuff like that, where I don't know, it just feels like they shouldn't maybe necessarily make these 2 people be together, but if that's the way they chose to do it, then so be it. I think, because again, apparently I was wrong about my assessment of the 1 month anniversary and how involved the experts are. I really think that along with like the video and the pictures and stuff, maybe they should give them like even a sheet of paper or a message or something saying something along the lines of, this is exactly why you 2 were matched together. If you were still willing to continue, working this thing out, you have this, she has this, he has this, you have this, I feel like they should give them some type of, I don't know, I feel like it's almost like a treat.
It's
like,
a resume to help
understand, because I think that's one big thing, like on the matchmaking special, we understand what they're seeing in the couple, but throughout the entire process, they're still like, oh, I guess they put us together because, Dr. Vivian, if you're watching this.
Right. That is a good idea. By the time we get to the month anniversary, to say these are the reasons why I'm on with, whatever thing they have planned. That is really, I've never thought about. That's awesome.
Happy Mood said they should ask if they're practicing. Because some people are religious, but they don't practice. I'm like, that is, Shatoni, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree too. So,
well, I think Ryan is practicing, but I don't know about Ryan and Clara. Do you guys think they're going to make it all the way?
I think they're going to say yes.
Ryan just going with it. I could see him because he just seems so dry and no effort, no enthusiasm. I could see him, I want to stay married. I could see him, but I just think that later they would split. Because we talk about them making it to decision day, but the reality is a lot of people make it to decision day and then get divorced later.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hi, Pop Prince.
Hi, guys. Hi,
Hello.
how's everyone?
Good. Yourself?
I'm doing fine. I took a little nap and I woke up and I was like, oh, shucks, I'm late.
Okay, you made it.
How's everybody doing today?
Good. We were talking about Ryan and Clara. What's your opinion on them?
Oh my goodness. I still don't think that Ryan cares for Clara because I feel like she talks too much, and you could see it all in his face every time she says something. He's just so, I mean, he doesn't have any words, but you can just see it all in his face. He's so like annoyed, number one, because she doesn't know when to stop talking. And number two, the things that she says, he's just irritated.
Right. I agree. What do you think about Clara constantly pressuring Ryan for sex? I know we talked about it before, but do you think that she should stop? Do you think that
is it really pressure, or does she just keep bringing it up to him?
I don't think that she's going to stop bringing it up because that's just who she is. And so I really don't think she's going to stop bringing it up. But I said this a couple of weeks ago. She should have definitely closed up shop with that in that category. She should not be doing anything to him if she's not fully satisfied. So she should definitely stop that. But I think at this point, even if she closes up shop, she's still not going to be satisfied because she's not getting what she wants from him. And I don't think he's going to budge. He's still going to go at his own pace, period.
Right. I agree. I think so too.
Also, I was just thinking in my head when I think Ryan was kind of turned off by Clara is when they had that date at the donut shop and he was really trying to talk to her about like something motivating, even though she didn't really think so. And when she kind of shut him down about it, his whole mood was like deflated. So I think that was another time that Ryan was like taking some points off of Claire. Like,
I think she was rude. Her comment was rude.
Yeah, I think she was too. I think because she's putting her own frustration in front of anything that he has to say intellectual right now, she doesn't even want to hear it. Now, I do think it was maybe the wrong time for him to have this particular conversation, but just the fact that she didn't acknowledge it at all, I think she still should have said, well, babe, you know what, could we, I understand what you're saying, and I really want to get more in depth with how you feel, but could we talk about it once we get home? That's all. And that would have let him know that she heard him, number one. She had, she would have acknowledged it and let him know that it is important what he was saying. But the fact that she just shut it down and then she was disrespectful on top of that. Like, oh, I didn't know I was coming here for a speech and the donuts, So she's putting her own frustrations over anything that he had to say. Now that was his first time to me really opening up.
That's true.
So she should have really acknowledged that. And the fact that she didn't, he might be prone to not open up again, period.
That was her chance. He was trying to let her in.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
So that was wrong on her part. She probably won't even see it because she's still putting her frustrations in front of his. But that was his one time that he opened up you know, and they really could have just extended that conversation when they got home. That's all.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I think Willa said she's not intellectual and probably couldn't hang. That sounds on point. She seems like very basic minded.
Yeah.
Like when he was
Yeah.
asking about her goals and stuff, and she was like, "Yeah, no, I just work to pay my bills." I'm like, "What?"
Right. Right.
I mean, I know people do it, but
Mhm.
you know, you're a flight attendant. I would think that's like, what's your dream job? A flight attendant is dope. I would love to be a flight attendant.
That's as far as it goes for her, clearly.
Right.
And he was like, I was really hoping that you had a little bit more on the plate.
Right. But even if she would have extended that part of her job and said, well, you know, I'm a flight attendant, I really love meeting all these different people and all these different states, and I get to stay here for 1 or 2 days and go here, you know, but she doesn't really have any substance besides flight attendant and sex. And that's not gonna be enough. Really not. That's not gonna be. I mean, that's that old saying of how they used to view flight attendants back in the day, anyway.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah. So she's gonna have to come better with the conversation if she wants to keep him. And then when they went back to his house, she was just saying, "Well, I want to basically move out all your stuff and put my stuff in." You could see, and the camera always goes back to his face, and he is not liking it.
Right. Shady cameraman.
Yes, and she is not reading it, and she doesn't care. You know,
Yeah.
she doesn't care, and she's like, "Okay, well, what are you gonna do with these lights? You're gonna put more lights up, and I want to move." Everything can stay in here besides the lazy boy. The lazy boy can stay. And he's like, you know, and then the camera goes directly to his face, and he is not liking it, and she does not care.
Right.
You know, so she's trying to do anything that she can to get a rise out of him, and it's not working.
Nothing.
He's too unresponsive for me.
Yep. Hey, Devontae.
How y'all doing?
Hey, how are you?
Devontae.
Good.
Hey, are you ready to go, or you need a minute?
No, I'm ready to go. I was checking on the dog.
Oh, okay. You almost giving us a house tour. So, did you hear us? We were talking about Clara and Ryan.
Yeah, I didn't really hear anything. I think I got in when y'all was talking about them.
Okay. Well, we were talking about how maybe if Claire's pressuring Ryan for sex, or, you know, is her conversation intellectual enough for Ryan? Is Ryan bored with her? Like, what's going on? What you think?
I just don't feel like they a match. I don't know. I feel like she boring. He boring. He is boring her.
He's boring her?
Yes.
Yes.
He's boring all
He's boring me, so I know she boring.
He literally was like, "Oh my god!" They watching the video. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm stressing out about what are you stressing out about? The lights or the plants?
The lights.
Yeah, like who does that? You put the lights up. Like who cares? Like that's what you're stressing out about while y'all watching y'all wedding video. It's just like I agree with you, Willa. The best thing about them is the dog. Yeah.
I think Ryan tries to change the subject all the time. I mean, that just goes back to the point, Poprin's point, to the donut shop doing something nice. She's starting talking, and Ryan changes the subject. If you notice that he changes the subject all the time because the subject leads towards maybe something more romantic, he automatically changes that subject.
I didn't talk about it. Caught on to it, but I didn't fully notice that. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's why she's like, "Oh my God, what am I at a self-help seminar?" He always changes the subject. He don't want to talk about it. And I think it's probably not just maybe he don't want to talk about it on camera, but clearly they're not talking about it off camera either based on her frustrations we keep hearing about every week.
Right.
Steffi knows
That's it.
You know what's up.
The pal thing, I was so done with him after that. I'm like,
he friend zoned her.
I didn't see that till like the Facebook group, and I was like, "You said that?"
Yes, he did. He did.
That's the worst.
And I started laughing.
And that's the worst thing you could do to a girl.
So that already means that you already know
definitely
friends on her. She ain't getting nothing.
No, you can't say power. That you can't say that.
Pal is the same thing as bruh for Chris. What's
Yeah,
up?
it is.
It's the same thing.
Either he friends on her or he really a virgin.
He called
He's
her.
not a virgin.
You call her pal. She said it's the same thing as
Yeah.
bruh. It's the white version.
Well, what about if pal is his term of endearment toward her?
Yeah.
If pal is your term of endearment to your wife, you got a pal.
Let me call
You can't think of nothing else. Baby, boo,
Come on.
Sweetheart.
No.
Pal.
I don't think Ryan can think of I don't
That's
think
what
he
Ryan
can
said.
even think of another word besides pal. I mean, look at his personality. He can't say babe.
Right.
That don't
I
even
ain't put you
sound
in. I
right
ain't put
coming
you in.
from him. You know what I
put
mean?
you in it. I just ain't put your
So
name.
for him to say pal, that fits him.
Yeah. Or next week it'll be buddy. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, at least call her wifey or wife.
At least wifey.
You know, get used to wife.
Right.
Well, and if he can't say wife, just say her name. Just say Clara. That's all.
Oh, I don't think Ryan was being funny.
I don't think so either.
No,
I don't think so.
I was being funny. I don't think he was being funny.
It's possible. It just came out too easy.
Yeah. Thanks, pal.
Yeah. I mean, that's just something that
I
probably
don't. It bothers me so much.
Yeah, she probably would have to really, really school him on those type of words and what they mean in general. Like pal is usually for maybe a dude or somebody that you go to the movies with or whatever. But you know, she probably just got to school him on that because he definitely doesn't look educated in that sense.
No, I think Ryan. No, I think he meant it. He's not. He's here for the process. I think the majority of the couples are here for the process, whether they make it or not. I think they're here. Like Haley's here for the process. Ryan's here for the process.
Chris don't even know what the process is.
He didn't even know what process. What are we talking
The
about?
married at first sight experience. That's what I
But
think.
you
it
know,
is.
but even when Clara and Ryan are just sitting there, remember when they was waiting for the helicopter to come? They don't have any conversation. They just sit there.
Right.
And I don't think I really noticed that before. You know what I mean? They just don't even talk about anything because the frustration is all on her face, and he's just sitting there with the sure attitude. You know, so it's nothing comes from either one of them. She doesn't know what to talk about besides sex, and he doesn't know what to talk about. You know, that's not pertaining to sex. So it's just weird.
But I noticed in the very beginning, I've said it before, that they were the only couple in the beginning, back on the honeymoon, who I thought had very intellectual conversations about life. So I think about everything they could talk about before week 3, and now they have nothing to talk about. There's literally nothing to talk about besides Clara being sexually frustrated. Because they
did look more promising in the honeymoon. Now thinking about it, remember they went to the aquarium or whatever. They were talking about religion.
They were very promising.
They looked like they were having a good time. Yeah,
they did. So I don't know what happened since then, but I guess there's nothing else to talk about.
I still say that Virginia and Eric, they might be crazy, or you know, they both got their own issues, but I still feel like they're the only couple on here that talks about everything.
Virginia and Eric?
Yeah,
they talking.
like
If the MAGA thing then came up, they talking. They having some conversations. Sure.
Yeah, they have conversations. You know, as even Vince and Bree, they don't really talk about finance. I don't see any other couples talking about anything else that's pertaining to life. Like,
what happened to the finance conversation? They used to show that everybody was like, they would write down how much they make and you know how they budget. Remember last season was a big thing about budget. I'm like, where are the real conversations?
No, Michael blew that for everybody from that
season
going forward.
He's like, I make $1 million.
That's over.
He was the most lioness.
Yeah, so they don't talk about finances no more because Paige is an accountant, so no. But let's move on from hi, Catrice. Thank you for joining.
Hey.
Did you have something to say about Ryan and Claire before we move on to the next couple?
No.
They're boring.
All right. Well, let's just talk about Virginia and Eric. What do we think about them? Do we think that Virginia is overreacting about moving into Eric's house?
No, I honestly don't think that she is, because my thing is this: everything that she suggests, Eric is like always threatening to go out the door. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, if you don't do this, then I'm out. If you don't do this, then I'm out. So she might be very smart to keep her place. Seriously.
I agree. I completely agree with that. Because for me, this whole, it's like a controlling thing, because anything he says and she's like, oh, well, I believe what I believe. Yeah. If you don't like it, you can be gone, or I'm done. If he say like, you got 2 times to say it to me, then I'm gone at that point.
Exactly. He's always threatening to be gone, and you can't do that. So she might be extremely smart to keep that place. She ain't stupid. She might drink a lot, but the girl ain't stupid.
Yeah.
I agree with y'all with that, but I feel like the reasoning she's saying on TV don't make no sense.
What you mean?
I don't get what you talk about. Like, I mean, it's your husband. If you talking about getting a place together, he got to sell his place. He ain't renting.
That part I agree with. But the issue is there's a conversation that goes into that. And the conversation he had was just mansplaining. And that's not it. His tone is nasty. He couldn't be talking to me ever. Ever. Not like that. That's not how you talk to your wife. That's how you talk to somebody in the street.
And the undertone, and plus the undertones of him saying what he said was really putting her down because she rent, and I don't like that.
Exactly.
Right.
That was the first time. The undertone. Yeah, that was the undertone that he meant.
That was the first time I got that from Eric, because the JasVynce show, I watched your entire review, and I don't think that it's a father figure thing. I don't get that. I still say insecure. And I still say scared. And I do agree that, Eric will have another mortgage, but at the same time, he was so condescending this episode. I think he's led up to it. He's always said things condescending, but I think that's part of it. That the message got lost in what he was trying to say to Virginia.
Yeah. His message was on point about them getting their own place, but they have to transition into that because automatically, because he owns his or is paying a mortgage, obviously we're moving into your place. We're not moving into an apartment and have to sell you. That makes no sense.
Right.
So it made sense.
I don't know why she want to live where she living.
It is his tone and his delivery that is the issue.
And then Eric got to understand that he gonna be gone. She gonna be the one living there.
Right. Well, I don't know. I personally, I got the point what he was trying to say. He pulled up to, maybe it was the materialistic things like the hanger, the family, not just a regular airplane hanger, the family hanger.
I didn't even know what a hanger was.
I saw that on there.
You got a family hanger.
I thought that was cute. Use like a hanger. Yeah, that's something she was saying. But
what that is.
I just thought it was their family thing. Yeah, but I also think that Eric is also leading with the things she can have. And I don't like that either. Like,
oh my gosh, Mom, you are on point. Because that's what I said. I was like, he's trying to flex. Like, oh yeah, this could all be yours.
You see how
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. He was flexing.
Black on black. I'm like, okay, but
he
she don't care about none of that material stuff.
No, she don't care about that.
To see the family hanger, he was flossing for real. That's what he was doing. Like, all this could be yours if you just act right.
You play your role and be a politician. I don't like it. I'm not here for it. I didn't like him. Once he said, oh yeah, I have all these things and I just need a wife. That sounds like you want to insert somebody into your life like a puzzle piece, not merge your life with them.
Right. But did we see the picture of his first wife though that we put on our?
Oh, you did?
Did he get a nose job? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I seen that.
So.
The nose look completely different.
He was younger then, though. You know, when you're
I think they hyped that. I think he
you change as you get older.
No, they had the picture of the hump he had, and then they had
Yes.
the flat nose he had. I don't have the screenshot. It's somewhere on Facebook, but
it's on Facebook. I can find it.
I need to pull it up. But let me find it.
Yeah. Well, if he had a nose job, he just did. But I'm asking, did you also see the picture of his first wife that he claimed was just for money and benefits?
Yeah.
What it
No,
look like?
I didn't see it.
Was there a rumor that she was black? Or did I
I
mishear
could have
that?
swore somebody said she was black, and that's why he talked with his hands like that.
Nah.
I never heard that.
That was
You're right. You ain't talking to a black woman with your hand.
I didn't get that one.
Talking with her hands, but you ain't about to be.
Say, wait, what are you talking about right now? Hold on. Quiet those hands down.
Yeah. So while she's pulling it up, I think they're going to say yes on decision day. I think they're going to say yes after all.
He doesn't want another divorce. I think they like each other enough to really try to work out their issues.
Uh-huh.
But I just, the way he talks to her, and you could tell she's not with it because she says, okay, I understand what you're saying. Relax. You know,
Right.
like, but I feel like they're going to clash at some point. Like, heavy.
They remind me of that one couple, the white Caucasian sex.
I was just about to say.
Beth and Jamie.
Yeah,
They're still together,
they're
right?
still together, but they did
Right.
separate for a while.
And they selling coffee mugs that say basic Caucasian sex on it.
They are.
Paul Princess.
See that he looked different.
Oh, that's her.
I don't like how
Wow.
what I was.
Didn't she look like Virginia?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I do think they will say yes on
Oh, y'all had.
Tuesday, but I don't think it will last. And I don't think that Virginia is going to give him any kids. Not right now.
No, she's
I
not.
think that was another big issue.
Definitely
Yeah.
not. They haven't talked about that since, but definitely
Because
not.
he was like, well, I'm not trying to have it later. And she's like,
She's not trying to stop drinking. So.
I'm like, so you're trying to control this woman's uterus? Everything. Goodness.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
And just the way he says it, it's just so
I
nice.
don't
He act
like
like
it.
he act like his soldiers ain't gonna march like it's 50-year-old men having babies. Like what you
Right.
worried about?
That's true.
Oh, 50, 60, 70. They're all having
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he is following in his father's footsteps, and he's trying to model his marriage like his parents' marriage.
And look
Yeah.
at his mama. His mama looked tired and miserable at the dang reunion. She couldn't even let loose at the wedding.
She definitely did. And the friend was like, oh, well, you'll find out the toast. His friend's toast was like, you'll find out about Miss Debbie. I'm like, Miss Debbie scary? What's up with Miss Debbie?
She getting inducted into the step for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why she was drinking. She probably like this family crazy. We probably don't know the real.
But the thing with I think is also part of the issue. Virginia is much more open. She's a social butterfly. And we know Eric don't want that. He can't. He like that goes back to the.
That's a part of the control I've been trying to.
Yeah, he can't handle that.
No.
I
It's the
guess.
same. It's the same thing with the gifts that they gave each other. They gave each other gifts that they would like themselves. So
Yeah.
clearly, they really don't know each other. You know.
Man, when she opened that blanket, he was like, "What in the?"
That was a horrible gift. It was a horrible gift. I would never give somebody
But that gift was so millennial because speaking of millennial, I mean, she got a blanket and a pillow with her face on it. And her
Oh, happy birthday! I didn't get to tell you.
Oh, thank you. It's a Friday.
It's your
Oh, it's
birthday,
your birthday?
today?
No, it's on Friday.
It's coming up.
Oh, I'm too early. My bad.
Yeah, it was my granddaughter's birthday. That's whose birthday was last week. But what do y'all think about the upcoming episode with Virginia walking out talking to the producers because she can't take it with Eric? Like, what do you think that conversation's about? Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think? Did you see it?
I saw the clip,
No,
yeah.
I didn't. I didn't.
I couldn't tell what they were talking about.
I feel like he may have said something.
I didn't see it.
But it's for you. It's not a gift, though.
Right.
It's for you.
No, but the gift was her and my son on a pillow for me.
But wait,
You trash for that.
Vontae
You trash for that gift.
Devontae talk about that, but y'all see his face.
Ooh, Devontae.
First of all, hold on.
So everybody just gifting, y'all just
Goodbye,
think-
Ted.
But look here though. When I gave her that, she was my girlfriend. She wasn't my wife.
Yeah, that's right.
See,
Okay,
thank you. That was my girlfriend. Yeah, now
But
take that back.
but-
That covered like a year
Like,
and a
you
half
owe me a
old.
blanket.
Oh, that's funny, but it's cute though, I guess. But on the upcoming episode, if you saw it or if you didn't, Eric and Virginia are having a conversation and it goes left. And she walks out, tell producers that, and crying like, I can't take this no more. I don't know what I'm going to do. And she walks out the house. So I wonder what the conversation is. I wonder if it was a continuation of that month anniversary thing about the moving in together and stuff like that. But I thought that was very interesting. She walked out because she seems like the type that will bend for him. But that's just me.
Who?
Virginia.
Virginia not bending for nobody.
Yeah, she
No,
I'm not
ain't
gonna
She
say
ain't
she's
bending
bending, but she
nothing.
allows him to state his point. She at
Right.
least lets him get to his point and talk until she finally cuts him off. Like, yeah, I get it, but it does seem like she kind of goes more to him than because he's not willing to compromise.
No,
Right.
he's not.
He says compromise, but he means do what he wants to do.
Right. He's not going to compromise at all. That's why he always ends the conversation with, well, if you don't, then I'm out.
I'm getting a blanket. I'm getting one.
That might have been the thing. That, you know what? That might have been why, Mom. That might have been it right there. I think that
What?
what he just said. That he keep telling her what to do, and she probably like, I'm done. No, he said like, he said it again for like the 30th time. Was like, you
She's
know
had
what?
enough.
If you don't do this, I'm out. And she was
Yeah.
probably like, okay, well,
He probably said, "I'm done."
Yeah, because
Maybe
it's for so many ultimatums that you're going to give me because I'm going to take you up on it eventually.
I
So
feel
that's
like she
probably, they
snapped.
probably had a conversation. He probably used that. Well, if this is not this, then I'm gone. And she probably said, look, I can't take this. I don't got
Let
to
me
drink.
let me put you out your misery. I'm gonna go ahead and go now.
Yes, let me go ahead on and get my drink, and you go ahead on and sit here with your ultimatum by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There you go.
Here's the next picture. Does it look like it?
That's why I said the nose is completely different.
Huh.
Man, watch that's gonna be another white boy when it come out.
Does it look like
A
it?
whole nother.
You know the internet making stuff up. They'll find somebody. People crazy.
That's true. All right, so let's move on to, let's do something a little more interesting. Let's move on to Chris and Paige.
I was gonna say, I see Romel's got a question for us.
Do I think Paige's
You
tears were
talk
real?
about them, you gonna need some of this.
Hey.
Hold on, wait, hold on a second. We got you on that one.
She said it.
It's birthday week over here, so.
Oh, they about to pull the big Vegas bottle.
Nah, bring them up. It's birthday week.
Oh yes.
What y'all be
I'm
turning-
excited for this.
what y'all be turning up with over there?
Yes.
I know they still making it.
Okay, Incredible Hops. Y'all about to be making some Incredible Hops over there.
That's what you use it for.
So look, we will not be lying. No, I'm just playing. But what do we think about that, Chris? I think Paige's tears were real. I think she finally, in that episode only, was like, oh my God, he's really telling me that he don't want to be with me and I'm trying. Because they played basketball and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think her tears were real. And
It's naive.
you think they were naive?
I think as soon as he come back doing his manipulative talk, and he come back with his he gonna be right back there. Like, God told me to just keep. That's how
God ain't told you nothing.
Right.
God is not even in this relationship.
That ain't God. That ain't my God.
Right, exactly. Now, Catrice, when you first saw that, and let's say that was one of your friends back to the wedding when they said, if you do it wrong, we gonna fight. Would you and your friends be fighting? Chris?
Oh yeah.
or fighting Paige?
Both, because she's stupid for keep.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm
I ain't really nice with my friends. Devontae done walked in on me a couple times going off with my friends because they did some stupid stuff. So I might be fighting both because you done messing with my friend's feelings, and my friend was about dumb enough to let you do it. So y'all both is going for both of y'all.
Yeah,
Right.
it was about business. I kind of want to know what they're doing right now.
I feel like they editing the friends out because I know the friend, especially that one friend with the puff.
We haven't seen her parents.
The one
or nothing.
friend, the main friend,
Right.
I know she got to still be talking to her on the regular. I think they editing it to make her look like she ain't got no backup because she had the brother, she had her mom, like she had family members.
Where is
Yeah.
Paige's sorors?
Hello, I'm right here. I'm waiting. I'm trying to help this good sis out, but she just don't want to be helped. Apparently,
She didn't call you.
Her line need to get at her.
Send her the number and everything.
Well, did you see the clip of when they are at the reunion and Dr. Viviana is asking, well, do you want a divorce? And Chris actually answers the question and says that we are undecided. He's answering for Paige.
For both of them.
Yes. So she's sitting there. They're sitting next to each other. She has his jacket in her lap. And I'm like, oh, so what does that mean? That means that they still going to be together?
Yep. But Chris, if you notice, I think he always answers for her because Paige is always so hype on the phone with the producers and before Pastor Cal came over. But as soon as Chris gets in the room, that hype goes away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no. But do we think that
Tony said she didn't have her lap scarf, and that's exactly what I was thinking. You know, when you go to like an old school church and they give you a little scarf when your skirt too short.
Yeah, the prayer cloth. The prayer cloth.
Maybe. But I just think that I don't know how many times that she has to be embarrassed by Chris on here. I don't understand.
But she not new to this. She true to this. So this ain't nothing new. I'm telling you, she is that dumb cousin that comes to reunion every year. Like, can you believe she's still with Tyrone the way it did?
Right. I agree with this. Can we expect that Paige and Chris are just smash buddies and the experts are pissed about it?
Yeah, they might not even still be smashing. She just like to be in his presence, basically.
I think
I don't get what it is about him because he has a teenage body. He got baby making hips. He's not proportioned well. Like, I'm not seeing it. He ain't got no chest. Will with the big chest, little arms. It don't look like he work out a bit. Like, I'm just like, what is not his personality? Because he's an asshole. Like, what is it?
He must got that devil D because it ain't
That's
no
what
way.
I said. It had to be the sex
It
bomb.
ain't no way.
It had to be. That's the only thing I was thinking.
At this point, it might not even be that. I just think that she's just crazy naive. It might not even be the fact. She just want to be in love with the fact of being married. That's all.
Would you say, Catrice?
It's good, but it got to be the right person.
Yeah, of course.
If Devontae walked in the house every day and called me young, I would know something ain't right.
Right.
Like, if my husband called me yo every day, every time I talk to him, I'm like, something is not right.
Yeah. And the type of hug that he gives her, it's not even a full hug. It's like you know how when you first see somebody, you be like, oh, it's kind of like on the side. That's the type of hug. He's not giving her like a loving hug. He's giving her like a friend hug.
It reminded me. That's true. It reminds me of, like, I remember in college, the whole basketball team used to be smashing all these girls, and the girls that they would smash, they would give those little fake side hugs, like, we smash on the low, but nobody knows that hug.
Right. I think Paige has the same mindset of, I said with Miles, she loves love. She's gonna love whoever loves her.
I don't think she loves. I think she wants to be married, like to have something going for herself. Like, oh, you see that I'm married. But Christopher, on the other hand, don't want to be with Paige, and he keeps telling her basically every single episode. And then I want to know if they only are together when they're filming, what are they doing separately when they're not filming?
The whole time.
I don't know.
I think Paige might not be. I got a little feeling that like she may got a little dude on the side, and it might come out, and she gonna
Nah,
hurt Chris in the
nobody
end.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think she would do that.
Mm-mm.
You don't think she that tough?
No.
No.
Dang.
No. The other women were like, no.
She don't even got the brains to even do anything like that. No. Mm-mm.
Right.
I wish she was.
No, but I do.
He was
I agree with
disrespectful.
He's definitely with Mercedes.
Yeah. No, but I do. I think she loves love, and I think she loves whoever she's with, just based off of what she said with the last. Oh, I'm used to being a stepmom. You know what I'm saying? That's loving love to me.
Right,
Like
who
you
says
are
that?
willing to accept whoever or whatever for the fact of love, wanting to have that happily ever after romance thing. Because she wants to be married because everything is ordained. I mean, was it ordained when she was a stepmom to somebody else and you're willing to be a stepmom to a stranger? Someone who said that they don't want you? Like, make it, like, for real. Make it make sense.
Well, every
That's
time
just
he
me.
sees her, he throws something new to her to see if he can shake her off, and it still doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, he's
So-
trying everything in the book. Any regular woman would have left after the first bomb. You know,
Exactly.
I agree with that.
but everything
Yeah.
he throws at her, he still can't shake her off.
You know what Paige
So-
is like? Paige is like a cicada.
Like a
Just
what?
a cicada. She just sit there and just take everything. You don't even know till you look around and make the noise. That's how she is on Chris. No matter what Chris do, you can't shake a cicada. You could do all you want to until you flick it off. It don't matter.
Yeah. No, I think now I'm no longer, when I watch them, now I'm watching to see what Chris is actually going to say. Like, what's he going to, positive or negative? Like, what's he going to say to her this time and how is she going to react? Because I no longer feel any empathy for Paige because she is accepting what's being brought to her. Like I said, anybody with an ounce of self-esteem would not even accept somebody saying this to you over and over. Then you're going to bring the ex to talk to me for what?
That should have been at least the last straw.
Yeah, that should have been the last straw.
I don't know, but
I think in general that most Black women are a little bit more accepting than we should be.
Uh-huh.
But she's all the way to the extreme. She's accepting absolutely anything, unconditional. This man has done nothing for you to give him unconditional acceptance and love.
Right.
Maybe not love, but acceptance.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's proven nothing. He's not kept his word. Like, what are we doing? Go based on his actions.
Right. So
have you guys seen the rant that he's been doing after the show?
Yes, with Jacob, about Jacob.
About Jacob, just about like
Jacob on Untitled went in on him.
Yeah, I seen the
Unfiltered,
rant he
sorry.
did about Jacob when Jacob was saying that he don't think he would have bought a car like that. Why couldn't he have bought like a regular car? Oh yeah, he went. He called Jacob all kind of clowns, and he was talking about his cowboy boots. And oh yeah, he went in.
Yeah, I did see that.
But he
I agree with what Jacob said though.
Chris was on that.
No, it was Jacob, Eric, and somebody.
Just a little bit.
But what do Chris got? Chris can't talk about nobody. He dressed like a high school. He coming up some tight pants on every episode. Same look. He even got a high school haircut. That ain't no grown man haircut. That's a high school haircut, man, with the line. Man, that's something your nephew will wear. He a typical Black dude that's faking it till he making it. He ain't got no money. That's why he doing all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
He had to say, I bought her a new car. A Benz, a Mercedes.
And he smiled about it when he said it, which I was like, what were you expecting the reaction to be? Because I feel like he was saying it to stab at her or something. You know what I'm saying?
And my thing is,
he delivers bad news for the most part, except for the baby. He's like smirking. I'm like, what is that? I need to know what he's thinking.
Right.
That's smirking, getting away with something. That's like a little kid, like little kids who don't think they're lying, like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, be like, no, I didn't eat that cookie, and it's like all around your mouth. That's smart. That's what Chris gives at 27, 20. Like the cookies around your mouth, we can see it. You know what I'm saying? But that's different. But what do we think about the episode next week? Did you see it where he's gonna sit down and talk with his mom? I'm like, where is
his mom in 4 weeks?
Where is Paige's mom? Yeah, he's gonna sit down with his mom, and the clip is like, oh yeah, I said I was gonna file for divorce, and she's like, what? So clearly she didn't know either.
She gonna be like, son, are you still drinking?
Can you explain to me how he would tell his pastor friends before he would tell his parents? I don't believe it. It don't make sense.
We're gonna find out what picture he's gonna show. Did y'all see this picture too?
Of course he did. I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all good sis.
No,
I was about to say that. I was about to tell y'all that. I was about to say.
I just can't.
When y'all was saying that she ain't
that's
alone,
the wedding
they
wig.
trying to edit her to look like she's alone. She got to be alone, cause it ain't no way my family would have been like, even the black family would be like, come here, babe, come here, let me. Somebody would have had the magic blue grease and be like, come here, let me put that down.
That's the wedding wig.
You can't grease that. Show the picture again. That's no.
It looked like the wig supposed to be like this, and she tried to make a middle part. It don't work like that, sis.
She gonna have to delete her social media when it's over.
Fact.
I'm not talking
about look more stressed, so she gets sympathy.
Nah, she ain't good. I think her sympathy is gone.
No. I'm not into talking about people's hair. But what I will say is she's a professional. She's an accountant. She's a professional woman. I'm gonna need you to look professional at all times with your hair and with your outfits that you have on TV. That's what I need you to do. But that's her. Somebody need to hook her up. Y'all need to call your soror and get her together
because that looked like she went to Great Clips.
Great Clips.
I don't even think Great Clips do sewing for weeks.
They don't.
No, you never know in Atlanta.
Yo, she's in Atlanta too. That's what makes it bad. You in Atlanta, land of the hairstylist.
Come on,
like you just don't care at this point.
But you know what? If you don't care what's being done to you, then why would you care about your parents?
She should have cared about the hair before the show, so it could carry into the show. I feel like I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be on national TV, and I know I'm looking crazy. Your wig don't look its best.
Exactly. Let one of us be on national TV. We're getting a stylist.
Come on,
stylist. You're not going on with regular old hair. This is regular hair. I'm getting Hollywood hair. Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Every day. I'm not coming on looking crazy.
Right, I'm getting that exotic haircut. I need that $50.
Whatever, I guess. All right, well, who's next? Let's talk about Brianna and Vincent. Who's still
Brianna? Her lying self. She a liar.
We're always team Vincent.
Always.
Well, right. I think everything went well because he planned it.
I feel the exact same way, Paul Prince.
Because he planned it.
Because he planned it. And you shouldn't have to walk on eggshells because he can't count to 5 taking a salsa lesson, or he gets upset or anything. He needs to learn how to be a team player, not just do things he likes to do. And I'm gonna read you a comment from one of our commenters as soon as I find it about that Bree and Vinny, because this person has all kind of comments and he is not team Bree at all.
Is that the same one that
is this the same
before?
Dude who said
that? It's the same one. It's the same one.
It's the same guy that said, what did he say last week that
it was a novel, but let me find him.
Yeah, I remember. He was saying don't do that.
No, y'all remember the London dude?
Yeah, that's
the London dude. I was like, that's Chris friend. I know it.
Well, actually, I was holding my breath
for a long time.
I was holding my breath when she said, "Oh, Champagne Vinny." I said, "Oh." I was holding my breath because I didn't know how he was going to react.
I was about to say, if he start turning red, run.
Exactly.
She was over the water too.
Here we go. Well, first of all, he didn't like the way we opened up our review. Well, You open a review.
Well, maybe he shows his own review. It's your page.
Boring.
But anyways, he said he didn't like we open up our review, and viewers are learning from this particular human conditions. But what happened with Bree and Vinny was staged. Brianna is a bully, and Vincent having to kiss her butt. Brianna is unreal. I can't believe she even still says Champagne Vinny again. Sheesh. I guess producers have to have a winning couple, and now they look like it. So he's not team Vinny. I mean, he's not team Brianna. He's not team Millennial. He don't like nothing.
Wow. I bet you he probably listening right now.
I hope you say he don't like me because I got time.
We appreciate all comments as long as they're respectful. But he doesn't like Brianna at all. He don't like the fact that she calls him Vinny, or any YouTubers call him Vinny. It's Vincent. And Champagne Vinny is derogatory. And, he feels like Vinny, even on this date, was kissing her butt. And I'm thinking, but Vinny planned this. How is it kissing her butt?
Right. First of all, the issue is this is how you should be treating your wife on your month anniversary, whatever. Like, Vincent is setting the precedent for how the rest of these guys need to get into it. The bicicleta, the teaching her Spanish. Vincent, I feel like he has his flaws, and he's kind of a little bit sensitive, I would say. But he is stepping up as the man of the household, in my opinion. I think Vincent is showing out.
Thank you.
And they hate him.
I don't know what it is, but this commenter just feels like, even as far back, if y'all remember, like I said, with getting her a bike, like, why surprise her? Like, why does she have to take him salsa dancing, knowing that he don't know how to salsa dance? I'm like,
she don't know how to salsa dance either. You're supposed to learn something together. It's a bonding experience.
That person,
it's called a class.
Stop on y'all stuff.
That person,
right.
He probably ain't got no girl, so of course he in the fence.
Right.
That sounds like a single person that don't know what he doing no more.
I don't know. He says he's a native New Yorker, so that's.
He's from. I live in New York.
I was born in Syracuse, New York. I ain't trying to hit that.
We're not.
I live in New York.
Being nice to us.
How the kid say he don't want the smoke.
Uh-oh.
He don't want the smoke.
And honestly, women from New York are actually a little bit more mean than she's.
My sisters are terrible.
He don't want the smoke. I'm gonna respect Mom and Millennium's channel because he don't want the smoke.
Let me see who this is commenting.
No, because I'm from New York, so we could go there, but
Yeah. Because I just want to know, but there's always someone that's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's always an opposite. Like, what is it about? Because I'm not seeing it. Like, what is it about Brianna that's making it seem like Vincent has to accommodate her? Like, I'm not seeing it on either direction. So I'm trying to figure out like where his mind is in these comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you all see it? Like, is there?
I think the issue is that we do reviews. It's our perspective. You don't have to agree with it, but you don't have to go to the extreme either. If you don't like what we're saying on our channel, go to another channel and find somebody that you like.
Why she just play Syracuse?
And my thing is this: if it was Brianna, if you turn it around, and if it was Brianna that was the one that was making Vincent walk on eggshells, I would say the same thing.
Right.
The exact same thing.
Right.
So relax yourself.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because like I said, we watch a show, we give our different perspectives. So for you all to watch a show too, like, maybe we are saying something that maybe, I don't know.
It's just people think differently. But I think the thing is, some people are going to agree with Vincent because they just like Vincent too. And some people aren't going to agree with Brianna because they just don't like Brianna. Right. I want to like Vincent so bad. I really do. It's just his attitude for me is what cancel it. And I really don't like we always keep saying, it's always when something for Brianna is when it goes okay. Because when he popped that champagne again, I was like, oh, please don't spill anything. Brianna don't say anything. But he made a little joke about it. Like, okay, so it's okay when you joke, Vincent, but it's not okay when Brianna jokes.
Right.
I mean, because if he has the audience walking on eggshells, I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Something's wrong there. If we're walking on eggshells, what do you think she's doing? You know, being with him all the time.
I think they're a nice couple, though. And they also need counseling. All the couples need counseling. All of them.
Yes, they do.
You know, and I think they'll make it longer than the other couples if they say yes at decision day. I think they'll be there just a little bit longer. I think so.
So, okay, let me ask you this. I did think this. Do you think maybe he's possibly coming around a little bit because he himself made the joke of, let me do this champagne right because the last time it didn't go right. So maybe you think he is slowly acknowledging, you know, the fact that he blows up too fast?
Yeah. I think that he has been operating a certain way in relationships previously, and it's clearly not worked for him. And now that it's specifically being pointed out to him, and he likes / loves his wife, he's like, maybe I do need to change some things in order to make sure that this works. I think they genuinely both want to make it work. They're a good match overall, but with every relationship, there's some things that you're not really going to like, and sometimes you got to tone it down a little bit to make it work.
I give credit to the editing as well. I feel like the things that we feel they need to turn down, the producers are going to enhance those to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he knows in his head that things don't have to be perfect, if he just really, really gets that, I think they will be fine.
I think it was temporary. I think he's still going off of something that maybe he learned when they spoke to Dr. Viviana. So I think this was his second chance to do something nice and have the champagne bottle pre-opened, you know, and
it was probably pre-opened because it wasn't no sound or nothing.
You don't trust Vince? You don't think he
No, it was pre-opened. I agree.
And I think we're going to have to see him consistently do better as episodes go to decision day, because you just don't change that in one episode.
Right.
No, definitely not. But I'm still rooting for them because I do think that they're the best couple on here, actually.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
only couple.
Right, the only couple. So, yeah.
To be honest.
What do you have, Liv?
Next up, well, first, before we go next up, did you guys see that Pastor Dwight was doing interviews on YouTube?
Yes, I saw that on I saw his interview on Little Black Book. I did. I listened to the whole thing.
Yes.
And I was like, oh,
I'm ready to know what's going on this season.
Well, the first thing I noticed was that he took the Sharpie out of his hair.
Oh,
that's the first thing I noticed, because I used to call him Pastor Sharpie.
Okay.
So he got a decent haircut now without all of the black dye. So that's the first thing I noticed.
That's good.
I just want to know why, like, regardless, I didn't hear the interview, but I know he was on, like, Chris and his rants, and now, Pastor Dwight, like, Paige's family has been there, period. Mercedes' mom, Chris's mom, everyone except for who is getting it done to Paige and her family. Like, where are they at?
Where's the whole family?
We saw that she was heard that she was on a lunch date with her mom, but we didn't see the mom on the show. Because if I was on the show, mom would be on the show. Oh yeah, we make sure of that. But that I wouldn't be Paige, period, because that's just too much. But it's just like, I just understand how everyone is saying something except for Paige's family.
But this is the first episode, the first season that we've seen people come out the woodwork and say things before the show was over. That's my issue.
Well, that's part of the contract, though. Chris's whole people is breaking the contract because he's not getting paid at the end of this regardless. He's breached the contract, is the point. Because you can't publicly speak out about this stuff while the show is airing. Until after the show is done airing, then you can do all the interviews you want. So Paige's family is probably not saying anything until after everything airs, then they can speak.
Well, I can't wait for them interviews. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I know.
We was
there every taping, and they just cut us out.
But they might But her family might be mild-tempered like her, so you might not even hear from them at all.
Well, then her friend, her bridesmaid.
Her friend said fight, so
like
she led
with a fight.
She led with fights, and I feel like that they
yeah. I need to see her bridesmaids. Somebody need to come on and help maybe show why Paige continued on, and if there was really some other scenes going on that we didn't see that she was talking. Because like I said, she's got to be talking to somebody. There's no way that she's not. It's just no way, So that's what I wanted out.
I don't know. She's not. You seen how her hair was looking. I'm trying to tell you.
But I think I want to see even more so than Decision Day. I want to see that. I forgot that gentleman's name when they come back after the
Kevin Frazier.
Yes,
I
want to see the question that he asked. That's what
Kevin Frazier is messy.
I want to see it. That's what
but I feel like Chris will walk out. He ain't gonna sit there.
I want to see if Chris.
I don't think so.
If he's going to walk out. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that interview.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Well, before we go in, Romel had a good question. What's something different you would like to see on future seasons?
Oh, I said it already, but maybe he wasn't here. If a couple is toxic from the beginning, because once again, Meek and Michael didn't even make it really to the honeymoon. They were arguing on the plane.
Yep.
And then the honeymoon, stuff like that.
He said something along the lines of like,
"Oh, we don't have sex or something." Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. He wouldn't admit that he said it. That was
right.
This couple and whatever. I think the precedent should be pull the toxic couples that you already had to talk to. There's something going on, it's an issue, and you can predict that they don't want to be here. That's what I want to see. Set a precedent and pull the toxic couple if there's any more going forward. Hopefully they do better and we won't see that anymore. They'll get back to the original reason why MAFS was on TV in the first place.
I agree. It makes sense, but drama sells. So they're gonna keep them to keep the camera on them.
Honestly, has this Chris and Paige drama sell? Maybe in episode 1 and 2, but now
it's so many people are doing.
People that don't
watch this show are watching it.
Yeah,
that was the point. I was trying to explain this to her earlier about Lil Nas X. She was like, "Why is he doing all this stuff?" Because people will watch. That's what entertainment is. People are gonna watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, are you guys gonna watch the other show? What is it? On something
Unmatchable.
Unmatchable.
I'm gonna watch it because I want to know what happened with that black girl that was eating on the toilet, doing everything. I need background on this.
They're gonna put Chris on there. I eat on the toilet.
I would immediately stop watching. This is the first in my life.
Yes, we're gonna watch and review and also Rated to Love as well. So,
but do you think they actually gonna match them with someone, or is it just gonna be the whole season with them just talking about how they are unmatched?
I don't know.
Honestly, the point is to get them dating. I think is the point.
Yeah. Either the people that's gonna be matched on the show, or maybe someone they're gonna outsource. But they're definitely gonna be matched with somebody.
I think it would be a good idea to come up with the concept on this show is to come up with people that I feel like have gotten the short end of the stick and let them come back and match them again, because I feel like they owe them something.
I don't know, but would you want to come back?
Maybe not.
They've done that before in a previous different spinoff in Married at First Sight. But
that was Married at First Sight, Second Chances. They did that.
Yeah,
they did. Okay.
No, because I didn't care no more.
Well, we'll see. If they're not matching the people, then we won't continue the review. But we're at least do at least one review about it, see what's going on.
That show's gonna air. Ooh, that's
when will that show air?
I think it's April 21st.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like after this one goes off, yeah, for sure.
But I would like to see them. Is the experts just not in the budget? Because I just the first couple seasons ago, you seen them all the time. Now it's just you don't never.
Well, they're doing other shows. They're doing this new show coming up. Viviana and Cal is going to be on here, and they're already trying to look for people in Married at First Sight Boston, which is the next season. So I'm sure they're vetting those people as well.
I was thinking it might have been something COVID related, but they're there now. I need some more experts
Yeah, they
like,
do.
where's Dr. Pepper?
They can't blame everything on Holy.
All season.
Not even on the camera. I feel like they usually record like a FaceTime or something. It's so weird.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They can do FaceTime.
I don't know what happened to Dr. Pepper. I've been looking for her too. I don't know what she can point to them. I mean, all the couple except for one, to me, I don't know what they can say to him. Honestly, I don't.
Way more involved. Like in the beginning of Married at First Sight, the experts were involved. You saw them every episode.
Right.
Now it's like
they had a problem. They were
Sorry.
knocking on the door. Come on, let's talk.
Right.
Yeah.
So what y'all think about Jacob and Haley?
Yes.
Oh, God.
We don't have to get Haley yet.
Oh, I can't stand
Go
that
ahead.
lady. I do
Go
not
ahead.
like
Start.
that lady.
I know, Bob. Go ahead.
Well,
Go
you
ahead.
know how I do this every week. I have to say it. That flat face, pot face girl, I do not care for her at all, and my feelings have not changed. I do not care for Haley. I do not like her. She tries to play victim. I'm so sick of her with the fake crying. I don't care for her at all. Jacob is over it. He has checked out a couple of weeks ago, but I love the fact that he's always bringing it to her, and she has no answers for him. He brings it right to her.
Right. You know, I really do try to say positive things about couples. I do. And I really try to have a pleasant look on my face. But when I go back and edit the video, I'm like, wow, I really didn't look pleasant. I was saying that. But I try to. But this season, for some reason, especially with Haley, I just can't. Because like I said it over and over and over. From the honeymoon, you know, I said it, Paul Prince, Devontae, and everybody else. She gave this man an apology from the honeymoon. When she got back from the honeymoon, all this stuff. And now she's sitting with the experts talk about she didn't know what she was doing wrong and how she's tried. I want to know how you tried. And I want to know why you were crying that you just can't. You put in so much work and you can't take it no more. Like, what work did you put in?
What work? Or either we are watching a totally different show because I don't see the work. And I'm keeping count on the apologies that she does owe him. Because by my book, she owe him about 2 apologies.
You know,
I think that Haley is just non-confrontational. So a lot of people that are non-confrontational see like someone saying, hey, you're not trying, or hey, I feel this way about what you did as confrontation. And that's why she's crying.
I think she's really
She
crying.
feels attacked.
Yeah, I think
but she's not really being attacked. She's being confronted. She
doesn't know how to communicate either what she's feeling or how he's bringing it to her. She can't answer to any of that.
But I feel like this, but she's smart enough. But she's smart enough to be a different person when she's around the experts and her friends. But then when she's around Jacob, she's smart enough to be totally different around him. So she knows exactly what she's doing. Exactly. Right. So she knows how to play the victim around certain people.
Exactly. So that's what I was going to say. I don't agree with the attack thing. I don't think so, because she, to me, is like a quote alleged Karen vibe. She knows what she's doing, because with her friends, she's talking all, well, I said this. She wasn't even honest with her friends about why. Only thing she gave was like, oh, it's the 80s and it's clothes. That's not the only reason why you're not attracted to somebody. She don't like his personality. She don't like the things he says. She just don't like him. And it's okay not to like him. But she even didn't tell the truth to them. She didn't tell the truth to the experts. Again, seriously, you tried doing what? You tried buying some new clothes to be attractive? Even if you buy someone a new shirt, she slept in the bed with him. They had to tell her to try to sleep in the bed. So if you have to tell someone maybe you want to try to sleep in the same bed. That's not being attacked. How's that being attacked? How's that? And Jacob's like, oh, well, you can't even give me a hug, Haley.
Yes.
But she tried, but she's crying and they're like, I don't know what to do. They have to tell you. So what else do you have to do? She's like, she's smart enough, she's educated enough to know what she wants. She expresses it to maybe her friends a little bit, but she's not to Jacob. She's dishonest. That's my problem here. She's dishonest.
And it's never gonna be easy to just come right out and say, I don't like you.
Yeah,
that's never easy for anybody. I don't care if it's somebody like a couple or a friend, it's not easy to just come right out and say those plain words.
Yeah.
But the man has picked up on it weeks ago. So just be honest and say it. And say, look, Jacob, it's not your clothes, it's not the 80s things, it's not your diet. We just don't click like that. So for the rest of this process, can we just be friends? And the man will respect her for that. And if he doesn't, then so what? It's off of her and it's on him. But just be honest and say that like an adult instead of going behind the camera crying, I'm trying. No, you're not, because you don't want to try. And that's okay. But just say that. Just say
and
that.
he knows that too. They had the conversation. That's why she's not in the same bed. He was like, well, I know you're not physically attracted to me. They two are having the same conversation about why they're not attracted to each other. You know, and that's why Jacob said, well, I know after this process, what he said, we're just going to be friends. So you don't have to wait any longer than 4 weeks.
Yes.
Exactly.
And he tells her, and like he said, it's a hug. And she said, yeah, but I don't want to do that. And then he called her out on it and said, yeah, but I've seen you hug even strangers, somebody that you just met. So I love the fact that he always calls her out on it. And she sits there looking so stupid with that pie face to her, because he brings it to her door every time. And I love it. So I will always be team Jacob, always.
Do you think that it's a possibility that she just don't like men?
No, I think
that going to the extreme.
No, because like for real, she said it like every dude she talked to, the littlest thing. But she can go hang with Paige. You don't know Paige, and Paige is slow.
The issue is she's hurt. Her relationship before, he got somebody pregnant.
That was 7 years ago.
But she hasn't been in a relationship since.
And I still think that she is reaching for that relationship. She is not over that relationship and what that man did to her, how it made her feel. She's not.
Jacob should have a baby on her.
Heartbroken that man did that. And anybody would, of course. If you're in a relationship with somebody, they cheat on you and then they have a baby. She's not over that.
No, she's not.
But wasn't that when she was 21? I mean, you done went all the way on this show and got married. Like this ain't we gonna go date. You went on here and got whole married and you knew you wasn't over that. Like, what's wrong with you?
Sometimes you don't know if you're over things until somebody else calls it out.
Yeah, but
what about all the other failed relationships she had? All them other failed relationships told her, yeah, I don't think I'm over it, so I'm about to get married. If this marriage don't work, I really ain't over it. Like, I don't get what's the angle.
So she's probably picking apart these different men that she meets. She's probably secretly comparing them to the other guy. You know, nobody thought about that.
I gotta be better than him. I ain't had no baby on you. How he better than me?
Yeah, but in her mind, she's comparing them to this other guy, this old guy that she's not over.
Yeah.
And Jacob would respect her so much. And they probably could end up just being buddies if she would just say it.
What do y'all think about her saying that she just found out that Jacob be saying stuff like to get a rise, but he be joking, but he never says he's joking? So she's just finally getting his sense of humor, I think. Jacob is hilarious to me. I be dying laughing. He has a dry humor.
He got that dry humor that it's like them sneaky jokes. You be like, what you just say?
And she be sitting there like, I'm like, no, he just said that it was a joke. Like, I don't like when you have to explain that it's a joke to somebody that much. So
those people sometimes you gotta watch. I used to have a supervisor like that, and she has such a dry humor, and all the time she'd be insulting you, and you'd be like, wait a minute, did she just insult me? Hell yeah, she did. Let me just go in here and check her. You know what I mean? So you gotta sit there and watch and listen to what they say and call them out on it as soon as they say it. Like, no. You don't joke with me like that, because I took it as an insult.
Right. You know? But Haley, to me, no matter what Jacob says, no matter what Jacob does, for anybody, if you don't like somebody, it doesn't matter what they say.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be like, oh my God, like, Don't talk to me and get away from me. That's where Haley's at to me.
That's what she is. So, and that's fine. They could just go through the rest of the process in separate bedrooms, maybe go out occasionally for lunch or whatever, and just end as friends.
I ain't no separate bedroom. I got a whole house with a beach in the back. I'm going home.
Right. I'm going home. If I'm Jacob, I'm going home to my spa.
Right. I got a sauna and everything. I got more amenities. I got more amenities at my house than this building do. I'm out.
Exactly.
Right.
Sometimes I do think Jacob is very negative because when they were at that wine tasting and they were
leaning all the way over.
and they were flipping through that book about their wedding, and he was just pointing out, "Oh, you look awkward here. Wait, I just remember you pulled back from me when we kissed." All this other stuff. It was kind of like negative when they should have been moving forward. So he really wanted to move forward and put in his part as well. And I'm not team Jacob or Haley because I don't like them. I think he should have put it in the past and been like, you know what? These are nice wedding photos. Maybe, you know, when we do make the past decision day, we can take better photos, you know, to show our experience.
No, absolutely not.
Why didn't I
say the same thing you just said to me?
I talked to Monte about that, and I said Haley was actually, it seemed like she kind of like brightened up and was kind of moving forward when she seen those pictures, like something could have been good that came out of that. And then he was just nitpicking. I said, now why in the hell did he do that?
Yeah, I agree.
Because
I think that it clicked for him. That
he's
she
still
was
trying to get it right. Yeah.
He's like, oh, you ain't even like that kiss.
Yeah, she wasn't attracted.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I mean, we didn't just get married at first sight.
Yeah.
I have to disagree. I have to disagree.
And you disagree because you just don't like Haley.
I don't like Haley, but my opinion, again, if you don't like somebody or someone has been mean or rude to you, there's nothing, you could be looked through anything that you think is nice, like, oh, look at you there. He wasn't putting digs back at her on purpose because that's what she's doing to him.
That's the problem. Move forward.
He don't want to.
Past behind.
But why should he go forward when she's not having the conversation of being honest? Why should he go forward? Why should it always be put on?
And remember the age gap is 10 years. And you know, I think everybody on this panel, except Paul Prince and myself, are at least 30 and younger, right?
Yes, right.
Oh, we over 30.
I was like,
okay, 40 and younger. 40 and younger. But there's a different dynamic of how you see things. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. Like, you don't see the same thing when you're 18, 21, 25 like that.
That's true. This is true.
Amy is still, you know, thinking about the things that she could, in my opinion, that she could be doing and where she should be versus Jacob, you know, isn't a different, like Eric, you're in a different stage of life. And he's tired of having to always convince Haley that it's okay to have a conversation or sit down and watch a movie. So I think that was his chance.
They both are trying to work. He could have not.
They're not though.
Picked at it.
They're not though. But anyways,
I think it's on both ends.
I don't feel I agree with Mom. I'm sorry. I don't think that Jacob was nitpicking in that sense. I feel like Jacob has checked out weeks ago, and even though he's checked out weeks ago, he's still coming to the table so she can be honest. And she refuses to do it. So anytime he sees something like, oh, yeah, well, you know, I see where he was pulling back there. She could have corrected him, and she didn't. She never does. And he's trying to get that. He's trying to pull that out of her. Be honest, girl, and say, you know what? Yeah. Yes, I did kind of pull back and everything like that. Yes, when we had sex, everything went down the tubes. I feel uncomfortable when I'm sitting here with you because I feel like we can't have a decent conversation. I feel like your sense of humor is a little dry, but I'm just starting to get it now. Just go down the list. And be honest.
Yeah,
that's all
I definitely hear you on that.
Asking for. That's all he's asking for. That's it.
I think my biggest issue, again, definitely agree with everything that's being said, but I think, and I've said this on our show also, Millennia, I'm with you because I'm also not team Jacob or Haley either, but I do feel like I've said this so many times, he leads with negativity a lot of times, where he didn't have, like, he could have spoke life into that moment. He didn't have, oh, that's cute, or he could have not said nothing at all. He didn't have to say, and again, I've seen so many instances where he always leads with, "Oh, you don't like me, right? Oh, I'm ugly, right? Oh, you're not feeling this, right?" Where he could have said something different, and maybe she would have had a response for him. But aside from I still kind of feel like she's seeing it as an attack because she doesn't have any way to respond to it. There's no way she can say anything positive if she's being presented with something negative first.
That's true. That is true. I feel like
he's definitely hurt.
I think yes, he's hurt because she owed him an apology weeks ago, and he never got it. She never made it right, and his ego. She hurt his ego the time when all of them scattered. That is in his brain, and that is gonna stay there.
That's funny
because she's never.
I still want to see this.
They needed that on
camera. Never made it right.
Oh, Jacob coming. Let's go. Like
yes, she never made that right, and you know what that is a serious blow to his ego because not only did she scatter, they scattered. And that was not cool for her to do that. And she never made that right. She never did.
Right.
And
well,
his
ego gonna be back in about 4 weeks when them DMs
he's gonna
flooded.
be fine. And he's a reality guy. I mean, you know what I mean? He saw it weeks ago. He knows that she's not into him. He's taken every dig that he can, you know what I mean, to get a rise out of her. Now, is he right by doing it? It could be or could not be. But he's trying to get something out of her, and she refuses to give it to him. So he's gonna keep digging. Why not?
Yeah, I think so. Now that's true. I agree. It's not right, but that's what he's doing. He's trying to get a rise out of her. She's been doing it to him since the honeymoon. That's exactly how I see it. You know what? That's being petty, and we've all been petty, and I could do it too. I'm just being honest.
Yes.
At least one time. I'm gonna keep dragging it out though. And then you know, again, they technically haven't gotten to know each other at all.
No,
they haven't. So every time that they it's almost like a Ryan and Clara cricket situation. Like they don't have nothing to talk about either. They don't.
But they're more interesting than Ryan and Clara, but they still don't talk to each other.
That's right. That's how you know Ryan born when the boring people when the boring people is boring.
Yeah.
When you more boring than the boring people, like how you do that?
Right.
But I do
think the most insightful conversation they had was when he was talking about how he grew up in like near Lake Michigan or something. They had a random conversation. She was like, "Oh, do you want to have a beer with me?" And they had a whole little chat.
That was like after they had met each other's friends.
Right.
Twice.
Well, I thought that was a good. That was. I thought that was going to be a turning point for them.
She has never given him not one single compliment ever.
I don't think so either. And then going back to the beer before we get to Kayla, going back to the beer before she went out, she's like, "Well, why don't you want to have a beer with me?" It's like, well, why do you think, Haley? Like you don't want to be at the house, so why does he want to have a beer? But he did anyways. He tried to in the beginning, but now that they've gone past the can't get a hug, he's tired of it now. So that's why he was giving those digs. Like he's tired. You know, it's not right.
He told her she looked nice. He told her she looked nice in the white pants. I remember that. She's never given that man a compliment ever. Right. Not even when she went to his house for the first time. She has a negativity face. Okay, if you're talking about negativity, look at her face when he's talking.
I like her face, boy.
I'm starting not to like her face too after that.
Right. Her face is all screwed up and she got this fake grin on her face. I can't stand it.
Yep.
So why
Kayla?
Nice.
Hi, how are y'all?
Hey, Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
How are you?
Fine. I totally agree with Mom and Paul Prince. I totally agree. I can't stand Haley. I can't stand her. That's crazy.
What do you think about that last scene from last week about, you know, her crying and all this other stuff and having the tarot card stuff? What do you think about that?
Yo, she was so, I think she thought her girlfriend was going to be on her side. And when it came out totally opposite, she was like, oh my gosh. She wanted to tell her girlfriend to shut up.
Why are you're supposed to be on my side?
Yes. He was so upset. Jacob was looking at her like, see? She was so upset.
Yes, she was. She was. She want her friends to validate her. She wanted this lady to validate her. Nobody is on her side. No one.
Because like us,
Everything
because she don't have to treat him like that. I mean, like he said, it's just a hug. And I mean, everyone has hugged a stranger before. So for her to act the way that she's acting, I mean, I've hugged people that I'm not attracted to. It's just a hug. And considering that they live together, she's making something out of nothing. And Jacob, he has such a low self-esteem. I think because he grew up a kind of a dork, kind of, I guess. So he felt a certain kind of way, which I can get it. He just wanted her to acknowledge, and she refuses to acknowledge it.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Kayla. He definitely, I think he is a little bit insecure. He needs like physical. I mean, it could be his love language too, but I think he needs physical validation to know that like he's wanted. Like he needs to be held, stuff like that. And that's I feel like he's communicated that to her, but she's not willing to give it. And that's the issue with this married at first sight situation, because we've seen this before where somebody needs physical touch and their spouse is not ready to give it. Because I mean, you did just meet the person. I understand when people don't really be like hugging and kissing on day 2. I get it. You just met them.
I don't know if you would consider that an insecurity. I think he's just really self-aware because of his age. I think he knows exactly what he wants, and he's going to communicate it to the best of his abilities. And he's stuck in his ways, and you're not going to get any more from him than this is who I am. This is how I've been the whole time. This is what I need. Let's make this happen.
How can you say that about him, but feel differently when Eric says it? Then
I don't feel differently about Eric either, aside from the way that he's saying it is trash.
Well, the difference is Eric actually likes Virginia to a point versus Jacob doesn't like Haley and Haley don't like Jacob. That's the difference.
I think Jacob was attracted to Haley.
Definitely.
At first, yeah.
He might not like her personality or her attitude or whatever now, but I think that he was attracted to her.
I feel like Jacob is a real, you know what, at heart. Okay.
Yeah.
He can't sit there and fake it. Like I feel like me and him like the same. I can't sit here and fake. I don't like you no more. I'm not about to sit here and do that for the show. And we going like I'm gonna go to all these little wine places, so I ain't gotta pay that $100,000. But we're not about to sit here and do this tarot card reading. Look, the tarot card said it's you. Your friend said it was you. Because you said it was my clothes. Everybody that you didn't try to recruit said you the problem. You said it yourself. I'm the problem. So you ain't complimenting me on my muscles. I work out. I got a sauna. I got a beach. I got beach balls. You ain't saying
talk about my muscles.
That's true.
I think Jacob is nerdy, but he is very attractive.
You ain't say nothing about
he ain't my type, but he's attractive. And I like his personality.
He's gonna make somebody really happy, and I don't agree with him being stuck in his ways, because if he was stuck in his ways, he would have, as soon as she gave him his clothes, he would have been like, what's this for? I don't want it. You know what I mean? So
I feel that
he's willing, even if you took him to a restaurant, he's not ordering steak and eggs. So I think he's willing to compromise. You know what I mean?
He definitely insisted that last restaurant.
He probably didn't have it.
He is compromising, and he feels that it's one-sided. He's the only one that's doing the compromising. And Haley, she falls back on this, well, we just met each other. She does not like him at all. I appreciate Jacob is that personality where you either love him or hate him.
Yeah.
And he's straight up. And how many men can you say that actually when they first meet you, they tell you exactly what it is, how they feel, what they need, and he likes to talk about it.
He's mature.
Yeah.
He's mature. I love that.
Yes,
That's
and
some older
a
man
lot of
stuff.
men are not that mature.
Yeah.
And for she waiting when she kick him to the curb and she go find somebody else, she gonna be thinking, man, at least Jacob told me straight up. She gotta go all the way around the mulberry bush with them young guys she won't be dealing with.
Jacob is gonna find somebody very quick. Trust me. It's people out there waiting for Jacob because
Jacob
he
need to
is
hit her
not.
hard. He need
Jacob
to
is
get him a
not
black
for the.
woman.
He is not for the BS. And
That's
what
kill her. That'll kill her in a couple
yes.
months. She like,
I
Yeah,
appreciate his honesty. He is not for the BS. He is a grown man. He don't gotta be playing these kid games. He's gonna bring it to you straight. He has done that since day one. He recognized, he understands, and he just wants you to be honest. And that's just him straight up. And he got this chick that's lying to everybody else, and then she wanna cry behind the cameras, and he peeps all of that. All of that. Now you tell me if you're in a relationship and a man goes out and don't take you with him and comes back with all these dresses. I'm talking to all the women out here. Now you're not gonna feel some type of way about that?
Yeah.
Some type of way.
it's been over. What you trying
The
to
first
say?
thing you're gonna say to yourself is, okay, so what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
So he's very human. He gave a human response, but he still didn't go off on her.
Yeah.
Right.
He did not. So
he was
he was willing
He
to
did go
take
off
the
for her.
clothes. He has not dressed crazy. We have not seen any of his crazy clothes, nothing like that. So Jacob is very quirky, but he's very normal.
Yes.
I think he
Yeah.
Let
gonna
me
go off
ask
on
you guys
decision
this
day.
though, seriously. I know
Okay.
everybody's saying, "Oh, Haley need to be honest with him. Haley need to be honest with him." Do you think any man, especially Jacob, would be able to handle it if you said on national TV, "Oh, your D was trash," and that's what switched it for me? Because that's real key. She was giving him a little bit of a chance before, in my opinion. But if sex was trash, I could see her being like, "I'm out." Because a lot of people might say that. I feel like Claire's gonna end up saying that when she finally get it.
No, you can say that. You can say that to me because I can't. I thank you. Oh, it's trash. Well, maybe it's trash with you because the girl 3 weeks ago didn't say that.
See, but that's a petty response. Is my point. That's not a super grown man response, in my opinion. That's something that somebody in college would say.
Hey, you came my manhood. The grown man is out the window.
But you guys are saying you want her to be honest, and if she honestly said that, that's the response you're getting.
No, I don't
which is
think
why
that-
I wouldn't be.
I don't really think it was the sex.
What I'm saying about, but
was
what
the
I'm
sex
saying,
bad? I feel like he
but what-
might have said something like that.
he might
It was
say
the sex.
something
The
like
sex
that.
was the turning point.
It was, but what I'm saying, she could still let him know. She don't have to directly say it was that. She could say that, we're just not cooking in that. You're a touchy-feely person. I'm not. The 80s thing is a turn off for me, but it's fine for you. She can still let him know that she's not into him without directly going to it was the sex, and still be honest with him.
I think that the conversation came up, but it came up in a roundabout way, because like 2 weeks ago or so, when they were in the kitchen late at night, and they were talking about, Jacob said, well, are you physically attracted to me? She was given the option to give the answer, and she didn't. Jacob had the answer to that. If you only have sex once, you're not intimate. He even said it again before Viviana said, can you at least hug? She's like, no, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So she has the opportunity to say that I'm not attracted to you like that, but you already know the physical is not there.
But
So,
what if the sex was just alright, but she don't like him, so that like exit him out?
Yeah,
it got to be bad. It was just
no, but
alright.
right. Non-guy said she was 50-50 before the sex. I think she was 50-50 before the sex, and basically pulled the Chris, was like, well, let me sleep with him and see if I create more attraction. I genuinely feel like that's what she was doing.
What she said to her friend, though, I'm sorry, what Haley said to her friend was she had sex because there was something she thought she had to do with a wifely
right.
That's she's a liar.
But she lied.
Right.
She lied. I'm telling you. She was 50-50 and she had sex to create more attraction.
Well, we know she lied, and this is why Paul Prince, myself, and Kayla is like, Haley owes him an apology for all.
She does. She does. I agree with that.
She's been given opportunity to say.
I think she only needs to apologize one time. The honeymoon thing, she don't need to apologize.
No,
She needs to apologize for that honeymoon thing because that's the cycle of distrust.
Yeah.
Well, what is wrong if it? Okay, what is wrong if the sex was trash or if the sex was mediocre? But if she still like him, why can't she teach him some things? What about that?
I was just about to say it was the first time. Like maybe he just don't know what to do with her.
Okay, and that's fine. But if she liked him, she would be willing to teach him in the other category. That's why I said she doesn't like him. She don't like anything about him.
She don't like nothing about him. She don't like his personality. She don't like his conversation. She doesn't like anything. And then I think one time she said that you know, when they try to talk, he doesn't say anything because he feels that anything that comes out of his mouth, she's either going to lie or she's going to look at him like he got two horns. It's just after a while, it's like, why even be bothered? And I can understand why he said, listen, in a couple of weeks, you ain't got to be bothered with me or none of this. And we can just go on about our business. Because he was keeping it real. I don't blame him.
Yeah, and then she always go cry and then make him feel bad, like, oh man.
You can't do anything but respect a man that says that. Look, in a couple of weeks, you don't have to ever see me again because she already feel it.
I agree.
I still want to know how fast they went for him.
Yeah. Give a man the cookie, then take it away. If sex was whack,
I think Haley just nitpicks because that's just not who she wants to be with. Just like when Dr. Viviana pulled up her questionnaire about me. So she's for give her immediate validation. She wants that bad boy type, but Jacob is not gonna give that to her. So since that's not happening, she's like, well, I was gonna give you a chance, but the sex was probably bad, maybe on both of their parts, because I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: if he was in her eyes, drop dead gorgeous, just attractive. Smelled good, well groomed, dressed fly, all of that. Do you think she would be more attractive to him?
Yeah,
a little bit, but
if he was Zach,
it's all the things together. She wants someone who's 100% what she wants. She's not realizing that's not what she's gonna get. So until she realizes that and gets past her trauma, she's not gonna like anybody like that unless they give her a little bit of something and a little bit of good deed. But other than that, it's not.
Right.
But even with the good deed, her baggage gonna come back.
Yes, that's why she should just continue to be single and just keep going, just keep being a bridesmaid and not trying to be a bride because she's never gonna be satisfied. She continues to pick every man that she's in a relationship apart. That's what she does. She admitted it. That's what she does. So if you continue to do that, don't try and be a bride. Just continue to be a bridesmaid. Period.
Yeah, that's true.
She need to be a back bridesmaid, the one at the end.
You right next to you, apparently.
Wow. Continue to be a bridesmaid. Don't try to catch a bouquet. None of that.
All right.
You said drop the bouquet. Don't catch it.
Yeah.
Right. So the JasVynce show usually gives ratings on their channel about what they think couples are, or like 0 to 10, like where they rank. I'm gonna turn it over to them to say where they feel the couples are, and then let them give their thoughts to everybody else.
Absolutely. So we usually do ratings on a level of on a scale of 1 to 10. So I think we gave our ratings on our show for this last week, starting with Eric and Virginia. We've given them consistent 7s, but they went down to a 6 a couple weeks ago, and we have them at a 6.5 right now because they still seem like they're gonna make it or like they care. But I know like they
like each other.
Yeah, but they chilling at a 6.5.
But they got some big red flags at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we gave them a 6.5. Y'all let us know in the chat what score y'all giving Virginia and Eric. I'm stuck at a 6.5. They can't get no better than that for me.
Damn,
No worse.
Yeah,
They're
I'll give them a 5. A 5.
5.
I'm gonna stick with y'all with the 6.5 because when y'all said 6, I was like 6.5.
Yeah, I gave them the 6 last week, but this week 6.5. Oh, Annika's not feeling them.
Yeah. Who's next?
Let us know. All right, so next up, I got. Let me skip Chris and Paige.
They get a 0.
We already know negative.
Paige is a 0.
Ryan and Clara have been getting consecutive 6s from us for the last week as well. Ryan and Clara, we currently still have them at a 6. We had to put them lower than Eric and Virginia, obviously, but
I'll give them a 5.
Drunker.
They're a 4.
Yeah,
Boston, Eric.
3.5.
I'll give them a 5.
A 5.
Wow, not bad. I feel 6 was generous from us because they're not
That's
beast.
too generous.
They're so neutral. I feel like a 4 is more appropriate for them now. I'm thinking about it. Because they're not like clicking, but they're not clicking.
Yeah.
It's just like a very neutral space.
Yeah.
I think 4 might be good.
Yeah.
I might change.
A 2.
I might change my score. Yeah. I feel like I'm still waiting for whatever the you know how they usually send them on a, like a little retreat or something for a little while.
All the couples things.
I'm thinking that might. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be a good look for probably Eric and Virginia, and Ryan and Clara. I think will get something good out of that as well. We'll see.
Okay. I think so.
We've been talking about Jacob and Haley this whole time. What do you? We gave them
0.
Ooh. We also gave them a 6.5. Which I'm
that's high.
The scale from the 0 couple for us is Chris and Paige, and nobody is as bad as Chris and Paige.
Yeah, -10.
Well, if Ryan and Claire was a 3.5, they like a 3.7.
So Haley and Jacob. Okay, I give them a 2.
I would give them a 2 too.
A 2. Woo. We are rating too high.
Are they that
We're
bad?
rating too high, clearly.
Yeah, she don't like him.
We like to go based off of how they interact with each other throughout the entire episode. Sometimes the score changes from the progress from the previous week. So the week before that, they were at a 7.5. No, they were at a 6.5 again. And the 2 weeks before that, they were at 7.5. So
wait,
maybe
Haley and Jacob?
You're very generous.
Jacob and Haley, they were doing well at certain points. Remember, they were doing kind of well.
That was so nice.
We're too nice.
We might be
I
being too
think
nice.
we need to
We
do
might be
better.
being too nice.
Are y'all Leos too?
They were picking up at certain points. Like anytime that they show like communication in each other, it's like, all right, I might give you a piece of
even in the
point.
honeymoon, like she was sitting leaning up against him and he was just like chilling like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, it looks like very coupley.
Stuff like that. But 7.5 is the highest score we've ever given them.
Yeah.
So just put that out.
Yes.
I'll give them a 2.
All right, Chris and Paige is still at a 0.
What show are y'all watching?
Let's see.
Wait, well, I do give Chris and Paige a 0. I still think that they are going to say yes on decision day. I'm not moving past.
Nope.
I think so too.
I think Dr. Viviana ain't gonna let Paige say yes.
No. I'm not excited.
It's gonna be
Hello.
a cut the camera.
I just want to hop in and say I love this live. It was so funny. I like the little voting thing that you guys do. I like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say that this was actually. Hello, hi. I just thought it was funny. It was y'all had me dying laughing. I don't have my camera on because I am in the car and have a lot of groceries. And
That's
I'm like,
okay.
have groceries on top of me. My sister
Don't
just
worry
ran
about
in the store. We grocery shopping. But yeah, I just want to hop on the live and say, I just came with all these couples. I think next season they need to do a little more better. They all irritate the hell out of me. Excuse my language. They all irritate me.
Yeah,
Right.
it's hard to
Right.
watch
And
sometimes.
Palm Print been preaching about Haley. She get on my damn nerves. I can't stand her.
Yes. Yes.
So what's your score for Vinny and Brianna?
Vincent and Brianna, we gave them a 9. They got 9s the last couple.
I think that's high.
I'm gonna
That's high.
I think
give them
we love Vincent. Okay, we love
7.5.
We're just a little, you know.
A 7.5.
7.
Yeah, I go with
I give Brianna and Vincent an 8.
I think they get a solid score. They're definitely passing.
I give them an 8 because they the only ones I care about. Everybody else, they just get on my nerves. Like I can't.
This show is showing us this season what not to be in a relationship.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
This show makes you just want to get to know somebody, then get married, not marry them at first.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my God. If I'm in a grocery store shopping, if I hear somebody say the word Paige, I probably smack them. I probably just smack them. Don't even know them because I don't even want to hear that name.
Okay, can we talk about that? Because I had watched somebody else review and they said that they're giving Paige the side eye. Because you know what Chris said, if the camera's not around, she don't talk to him. But it's like, dude, you don't give nothing at all. So why are you yelling at her?
When the cameras are on.
Mm-hmm. I think that Paige is getting the side eye from people because you teach people how to treat you. And if you accept abuse and negativity, then that's what you're going to continue to receive. So if any other dude would treat you like that, even if it wasn't the husband, I feel like she still might be accepting of it. And that's the issue.
Yeah.
Because
I really feel like we need to do a whole interview with her parents. Like, dude, what did y'all teach her?
Well, I don't think you can put that on the parents now because, you know, as children, we all grow up with our own personalities. You may follow your parents' path of being traditional or whatever the case may be. So you can't put that on what she was taught is what she has learned, what her learned behavior is in relation to what she has learned to accept. So you can't put that on the parents. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, because some parents smart and then their kids just be slow when it comes to relationships.
The kids want to do their own thing and figure it out for themselves.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've had that conversation with my mom about me and my 2 siblings, and I said, Mom, you and Dad taught us values in life and everything, but there's a lot of things that we have picked up on our own. That's not on you guys at all.
Exactly. Right. Like I said, both of my children are different. You know, one is a little smarter than the other, but I love them both. That's all I gotta say.
Why she points up?
I didn't point to nobody. I didn't point to nobody. She pointed at
I thought you pointed to her like one is smarter than the other.
I didn't point to nobody.
Oh.
Just in case he wants to.
Yeah, they just, for me, they just do the most. They do the most. Okay.
But anyway, go ahead with the rest of the things, JasVynce show.
Oh no, that was the last one that we had. Paige and Vincent and Brianna was the last couple.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, that we needed to rate. So yeah. Thank you for participating in the ratings, everybody. We appreciate that. Like to see how now we realize we're being a little generous sometimes.
Yeah, y'all are being too nice.
Very generous. Very.
I'll give Jacob a 10 and Miss Pie Face a 1.
Ooh,
you called her Miss Pie Face.
If we rated them separately, I would give Jacob like a 9 or 8.5.
That's pretty.
Because leads kind of
rank high for me. Yeah, for sure. Based on
I'll give him an 8 by itself because y'all said he was being negative. He was being a little negative, so he got to take that L right there.
But I think he's communicating well in the relationship despite the obstacles. I feel like he has the right intention. One, he's stable. He got a sense of humor. He doing what he's supposed to do. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So do y'all feel like on decision day that she's gonna do give him an apology or she gonna cry?
Oh
She
no,
ain't gonna
she's not
apologize
gonna
about nothing.
apologize. No, she ain't
She ain't
gonna apologize
apologizing about nothing.
You don't think the
nothing.
expert's gonna be like, don't you think you owe him an apology?
No.
Wow.
No.
She
Now
is
maybe,
not gonna
now
apologize.
maybe Kevin Frazier might
Who
say that,
knows? Who
maybe
knows?
he,
Who knows what she'll
but
do?
she's
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
apologize for nothing. If she didn't take advice from her friend, she's not apologizing. No, that's
I
that's
agree
not
with
in
that.
her DNA. Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
She knows what the problem is, but she's always gonna turn it around on the other man, even if it's not Jacob. She's gonna find
Right.
something wrong with him. She's never gonna apologize for her part in it. That's just not her at all.
I agree.
She's not accountable. She doesn't take
No,
accountability for any of her actions.
I
no,
agree.
I feel like
not at
it's
all.
blatant. Like we can blatantly see why these people have been single every single season. I'd be
For
like, oh,
sure.
you're just a liar. Oh, so you only care about yourself. Oh,
Right.
okay. So you need
Mhm.
therapy. Like,
Right. You stuck in the 80s. It's 2021.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I think this season as a whole, we really got to see each individual person, not couple, but
right.
each
That's
individual
true.
person, and see
Mhm.
really what they was all about and what their personality was, as opposed to either last season or the season before.
Mhm.
Right.
But do y'all notice that this season it just seems like the experts are not guiding them as
Yeah.
much as they did in the previous seasons?
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think these
Yeah,
couples need
I feel
more
like the
help.
experts dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Mhm. They
The
dropped the ball
last two, they didn't drop the
A
ball
couple of
last two,
seasons
three.
ago. Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple of seasons ago.
I
And I
don't
think
know if
the only reason why they do come on when they do come on is they probably hear a lot of the fans. I think
Yeah.
that's why.
maybe they took the experts out so it doesn't feel like it's like a therapy show.
But
Maybe.
all these people need therapy.
Right.
Right. I was just gonna say that. They need it.
Yeah, because where's Dr. Pepper? Isn't she like the love expert, the sex
I really
expert?
He started the
I
show.
have a little
Somebody in the
Okay,
question.
comments
so
talking about
why
sex
What
isn't
if
she
of
there
the
to talk
school.
to Clara and Ryan? Because they need the sex expert at this point, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
But who is
if
the
didn't I
sex
say
expert?
last week that they should do tantra?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
They're doing that next week, right?
yeah,
Yeah. That looked
I think
awkward
the
too.
Dr. Viviana is the sex expert, I thought.
Oh, I thought it was Dr. Pepper.
No,
Dr.
no, no.
Pepper
Dr.
is
Viviana
the
is the one that's
Dr. Pepper is the sociologist, I think,
yes.
or
Right.
something.
The
Oh,
sociologist.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like the expert, they had another, it was like a white lady with blonde hair that was like a sex expert circa Boston season, I think.
They
She
did
was
have that,
better. She was good.
but she ended up getting with one of the guys on the show and marrying
Not
him.
that one.
Yeah.
It was another
Yeah.
That's
one.
where Dr. Viviana came on this season. That's when she started.
It was not Dr. Jessica. It was another lady.
Oh, I don't know.
I
I don't
can't remember.
remember
I'm going to find her.
So,
Yeah. Well, they definitely need a sex expert on here. They do.
mhm.
I just think it would be more interesting if they had the experts talk to them more frequently. Like remember one of the seasons when some of the couples was getting into heated arguments, they could dial into the experts and
Yeah.
talk to them. They're not doing that this year. I don't understand why.
Mhm. I don't know. They've dropped the ball since season 10, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they did.
Cliff
A
said,
couple. A
Cliff said
couple.
Paige is the best woman to ever come to Married at First Sight.
Don't even respond. Hey, Cliff. How you
The
doing?
best?
I
Appreciate
kind of
you.
agree with him with she's the best woman to come with being open to like anything,
Yeah.
even
Well,
to her,
Paige
even
should
to her
win an
own fault.
award. She should win the Oscar for being the most gullible woman of all the seasons. I'm sorry. She should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't even open that
No,
Pandora.
I said, stop it, Cliff.
Don't even open it. But we appreciate you, Cliff. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up today. But I do have a question for everybody. So
this live is?
I know that most of y'all are on the East Coast. We were thinking of maybe you can watch a replay. We can't join doing a live for Married at First Sight this coming Wednesday. Is anybody interested in watching? Is it going to be too late for y'all on the East Coast, or are you just going to watch the playback?
Yeah, people at work.
Well,
Would
I
you
don't
say
watch it. I don't watch it till Thursday.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I watch it. I watch it Wednesday. That's fine. I'm retired, so whatever.
I watched
Okay.
it on Wednesday. I didn't know when you were doing the live when I missed it. I thought you were doing. I missed it last week, and then I came listening. I was like, "What you doing live?" And then I just happened to jump on today.
Oh well, we
Yeah.
didn't do an after show last week because it's birthday week for both my kids and my granddaughters. We didn't do a live, so that's why an after show. So we did this on Sunday today. So
Oh, okay.
that's the difference.
Sunday is a good day, though.
I'm sorry.
Sunday is a good day, though.
Oh, you like Sundays too? Okay.
Yeah, Sunday is fine.
I do like Sundays. It is a pretty good day.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it. I like not being having to answer the phone at work.
Okay, well then we'll just switch to a Sunday then. We can do that. We'll do that for sure to accommodate everybody. So with that being said, we appreciate everybody for watching. We appreciate the JasVynce show.
Make sure you guys go
Thank you for inviting us.
do their rating system because I think it's pretty
Oh,
cool.
no, that's good.
You know, give accurate ratings.
Right, get accurate ratings.
Absolutely.
So are y'all gonna go
We're gonna work
live
on it.
this coming Sunday?
This coming Sunday's Easter, so we won't be live.
I was about to say
Oh.
because it's Easter. I was about to say.
Oh,
But
wow.
we'll have our Ready to Love video will be up though on Saturday.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So let me ask y'all: have y'all thought of doing? I'm watching the Married at First Sight Australia. Them people are crazy.
We
They
do
are
watch it.
nuts.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's too much. It's too many people.
We did it last season when it first came to America, but their episodes, they were Married at First Sight, Lifetime had it all over the place last season. Like they'll have the 2-hour episode, and then like at 11 p.m. they would have like another episode.
Mhm.
So they would have like 2 or 3 episodes in a day, and we're like, wait, when is this
We were-
episode going to come on?
We were missing one, but we can say we do know how Married at First Sight Australia ends. So we've
Yeah.
already seen it in advance.
I found
Oh, okay. Because I'm like this one. That one girl, Ennis. Oh, I just want to chop her up in little pieces. She's horrible.
Oh yeah. Just keep watching
Keep
this season.
watching.
Keep watching this season.
because it's not just one person; it's going to be another person.
It's 2 people.
That's
Oh
all.
Lord.
We didn't
Okay.
last season a little bit. We couldn't. It was just too long.
It's a
Too
lot of
much.
drama.
It's a lot, but we could maybe do an review for those who watch it because, like I said, we already know what happened, so we'll wait for it to finish up for everybody. who
Okay.
hasn't.
I don't
So
think I could do 2. If it was 2, just like this season, I don't think I'll be able to do it. Because already when the show is over, I'm going to have withdrawal symptoms. I already know it.
Right. So this coming week, we'll just have a review coming up for Married at First Sight. And then on Saturday, we'll have our new Ready to Love season. And then we'll come back live a week from Easter.
Okay. In 2 weeks.
2 weeks, we'll be live again
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, on Sunday. All right, gotcha.
on Sundays, since that works better for most people. So
Yes.
we appreciate everybody
Thank you
so
guys
much.
for coming. JasVynce Show, do you have anything else?
Any final words, JasVynce Show?
No, please. Thank you for having us again. Please like as many times as you can, people. Subscribe always, obviously. Subscribe to us as well. Follow us on Twitter at the JasVynce Show. Yeah, that's all. And our show is every Thursday. Every Thursday morning.
post every Thursday.
Yeah, catch
Yeah.
them.
Thursday morning. Do you
That's
do
right.
a live?
No, we don't usually do a live. We upload it, and every once in a while we try to do a live like this. So thank you to Millennium Mom for facilitating this again.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys want to go live on your channel, just let us
Yeah, when
Yeah,
we
we'll be back for that.
I don't know if we're gonna lie.
one of these days.
Our schedule is not like 9 to 5. It's like different every week. So we got to figure it out.
Gotcha. So, okay, everybody, thank you so much. Happy Easter in advance.
Yeah.
Happy
All right,
Easter,
happy Easter.
All
y'all.
right. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you
All right.
so much.
All right.
All right, take
Bye-bye.
care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, y'all.
Where they at?